There we are. We're live again. Right? Am I muted, man? No. No, I'm not muted. Okay. We're live. We're live. It's always sporadic over here, right? You never know when I'm going to go live. We'll wait for some people to file in, and then we'll get to it. Because that is the question over here. What should I do over here, right? I was over here thinking, oh, man, I didn't even upload a thumbnail or nothing to this thing. I'm slacking, right? Let me let me get a thumbnail or something pinned up here. Can I edit as I go? Way too new. There used to be a way where I could like edit my stream as I was live. Did that go away too? YouTube? Am I that far behind in the game? I can't edit my. Nope, I guess not. So we are stuck with it. Oh, you never know when I'm gonna go live over here, man. It's always sporadic. It's always crazy. You never know. I never know. That's why I'm asking the question. What should I do over here, right? What should I do over here? Sure. Oh, man, come. Technology, man. There we go. There we go. Hey, how are we doing, Miss Donna? Lisa, how we doing? How we doing? I'm so weird thinking, man. Like, what should I do? What should I do over here? Like today's been a crazy day because I'm supposed to be writing a screenplay for class that I'll be producing next uh, term. And it's ironic because I'm supposed to be writing a screenplay for film school as we are writing for an actual piece that we're trying to get out to you guys in October. So it's kind of ironic that I gotta write something for I think you guys get it, right? I gotta write something for school as I'm writing and producing and doing what I'm going to school for. Kind of ironic. And it's like, all right, I'm sitting there thinking about my schedule. My schedule's kind of insane with school, with work, everything that I do. There's a word again, do. Everything that I do. I got to allot at least one day out of the week to you guys because it's kind of like my therapy. I can get on here and say whatever I want, and we talk about whatever I want. We chat within the chat, and it's kind of like my therapy. I don't got to talk to the voices in my head all the time. I can talk to you guys sometime. So I was thinking, like, man, I can at least allot one day a week for this, right? Where we get on here, we talk, we do our thing, whatever we do over here at Skates Freeze. What is that thing, right? Do I we have paranormal chats all the time? Do we review horror films? Do we do film talk? Do I go through and set up the membership thing? There's something we can play with there. I don't know. I don't know. I've been away from this for so long and actually trying to like produce films and do shorts and do docu-series and do these things that I've neglected over here for so long in the Skeeter Jerkins world. Every time I get ready to come back in, it's like, "Oh, but what do I do?" You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Because everything's geared to live streaming now, right? When I was deep in doing the Skeeter Jerkins thing on YouTube the first time, it was more of do small videos and get yourself out that way. Now it's more let's go live and interact, which I love, but I haven't did it as much as I should have over here. So it leaves me to ask, like, okay, why? That's what led me to ask the question. What do I do over here? The people that care that show up. What would you like to see done over here? What would you like to see me do over here? Do you like this to open chats? We just open chat, just talk about whatever, and actually have like a scheduled time instead of me popping up randomly in the middle of a day or. Um, it's working out this way because we're all locked down over here for COVID or whatever. So that's why it's working out this way. This past week has been I'm locked down, man. Like I gotta be dad teacher till the morning and into the afternoon, but then around this time I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours where I can sit here and talk to you guys. So I mean, we can do this again tomorrow, and maybe yeah, tomorrow, because then it's back to the really real world. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Wednesday, and it's back to working, coaching, doing everything that I do. Um, so yeah, we can do this tomorrow again. But what do I do? What do you guys want to see me do? That's the bigger question, right? What do I do? What do you guys want to see me do? Who we got in there? Hey, there's Ace Blackwood. I don't know why this chat. I need to prop this up over here because this chat pops up before this chat does, and it always like freaks me out a little bit because I can see you all down here. Don't fight with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Ace. I never know what to do for you guys over here, man. Because like I said, I when live streaming first kicked off, I did it for a little bit through the Google Hangouts thing, and that's when the whole film thing started taking off. And then I'm like going back to do the skater thing. I'm like, man, I don't know if I just want to do the skater thing all the time. But oh, come on now, gamer. We all love you, dog. Get my daily dose of fluoride. I appreciate it, Lisa. I know. I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got my group still. You know what I mean? Like, we've been together and doing things on here for a long time, and that's kind of like what I'm saying. Like, hmm, what would you guys want to see? You know what I mean? Like, I can come on here. We can do these open chats. I'm always game for that. You know what I mean? Bring anything and everything to the table. Open chats, whatever. Paranormal chats, movie reviews. Do we talk about horror films? We talk about films in general. Is that something that don't even interest you guys? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I like to create and entertain. That's what I love to do. And when it comes to this setting, I'm doing it for you guys and selfishly for myself, like I said, because it's my vent hour. I can say what I want, do what I want, and get everything I want off my chest. So that's where I'm at, man. Like I was thinking, I was sitting here again. I'm supposed to be. I did an outline for the screenplay, man, that I'm supposed to be doing, and then I'll shoot that. I might throw that up on this channel next term, which will be probably towards the end of October. But I gotta write a screenplay, get ready to shoot it and produce it um, next month. So I got to do that on top of doing the pieces that we're going to do for Tara Barnes. I got to do that piece. So I wish I could just like cheat and blend them. Like, hey man, this is the piece I wrote for this class. And all reality, we've been writing on it for a while now, but I can't do that. I got different parameters and things, but oh, we will get through. Gamer man, his talent with graphics is phenomenal, man. The graphic game is on point with Gamer. Let's get that in there. Marky Mark, what's going on, my man? See what I'm saying? I can catch you down here. I can catch you down here on this chat before this chat picks up anything. It's like this chat's delayed or something. You're eating fish. Oh, the hell with Taco Tuesdays. We got Fish Mondays. Marlin Mondays. I don't know, whatever M fish you want to stay with that. Hey Wendy, how you doing? It can involve bearskin peanut butter and a stick of celery. That sounds like a hell of a time. You throw Martha Stewart in there, and it's a game changer, Wendy. You throw Martha in there, that's a party. That's a party. I had to throw this background up, man. Who's he over here? One of my favorite scenes. I just watched it. I think it's on HBO Max or whatever, whichever Peacock or HBO Max, one of the two. I just watched this again and it was stuck in my head all day. And I'm like, yeah, we'll use that background today. Think you went a little deep. I love it when he gets stabbed up and Cindy's on the phone and he's like, did you really call the cops? My mom and dad's gonna be so mad at me. The hell with killing everybody. He's just worried about his parents at this point. You're stabbed up. You done killed your whole high school class, and now you're worried about your parents being mad at you. Beautiful. I just watched that. I think it was last night, maybe. I don't know. I'm like a zombie, man. Go to bed like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Back up 6:37. Getting some coffee. Wash and repeat. Like, and this is supposed to be like, I don't know, man. This COVID crap's driving me nuts, man. I understand, fully understand why we need to be locked down and contained and trying to prevent things. But you know, last year at least we knew what was up, right? At least we knew like we was on lockdown. We knew that was happening. Now this year it's like you don't ever know. Could be at your job, working, everything's fine 1 week, locked down the next, and then it's like, okay, what's our government doing to address this? Not too much. Not too much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's my madness. And that's what I think it's what's kicking with my bipolar is when you keep changing the game on me. Like, if you let me know in the morning, hey, guess what? You're going to be shoveling shit for 5 hours. I'll be like, okay, give me this shovel. Let's get it. But then if I get there and you say, I changed your mind, you're busting rocks. You messed with my brain. Lone Star, what's going on, man? Hope you recovered from your one chip. But that's my madness. Now that's what I'm dealing with now. It's like shift gears. I mean, it don't bother me, I guess, to be home and to do the e-learning and the virtual learning with the kiddos. But man, hey Julie, how we doing? But it's just a shift of gears. You know what I mean? When I go from barely being home, like if I'm home, I'm sleeping, to being at home all the time at a drop of a dime. It's like I gotta find some sort of. Every time I find some sort of normalcy, they change the rules, and it's getting frustrating. Especially like not so much like on the creative side, because like we can still film and do what we do, and the COVID really don't interfere too much with what right now. Knock on wood, which I don't know, like these little quirks that I'm learning going through, like the lore behind everything. When you say knock on the wood, that birthed from like a mock against the Holy Trinity. That's why you knock on wood 3 times for the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Now, it's weird, stupid paranormal facts stowed in my brain. But anyways, knock on wood. It don't really interfere with us filming, so we're still able to get that out. But it does interfere in damn everything else. Not damn near, it's everything else that I do. So, all right, Jules, how you doing, honey? Jules, it is. So I mean, like I said, we can come live tomorrow, same time, right around the same time, 2:30, 3 o'clock ish, and do our thing. But I want to like start. I made up my mind last night when I was watching this movie behind me. I'm like, I gotta at least donate, like, dedicate one day at least to the Skeeter world, man. Like, this channel, it was booming there for a while, like back in the day, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it was when I was on here. Pretty steady. Was having fun, doing whatever I do over here, but Skeets Beats and all those other things. Now we can't do none of that because the terms of service, like they changed the game there. Skeets Beats is off the freaking table, man. But I was trying to bat my head around. It's like, all right, everything I do is film oriented. Okay, we got the Terror Barn production. That's all film oriented. Do I want to step away from film stuff and come here and just create something totally different with you guys to where we can just kind of kick our feet up, talk paranormal, talk whatever, just open chats all the time? Um, I don't know. I'm still batting and thinking, but I'm at least going to get through in my schedule and donate, like, I don't know, man, like at least dedicate one day. But I want to like get more involved with this channel again because it's been a minute since I was uh, steady, consistent, and being on here and getting used to being live again because it's kind of awkward when you haven't done it in a long time and not being on a panel and bouncing off people and it's just you. It's kind of a weird gig to get back into. I haven't been on a comedy stage in way too long. So for me to get on here, like you used to be sharping me up, you know what I mean? Like doing stand up, then coming on here, it was kind of the same type of feeling. But now, stand up is I don't got time for it for one. It's on the weekends. Weekends is football games and filming. So that thing is shelved for right now. I can revisit it, man. Like I got an open invite to a few clubs on the weekend, so it's not dead. It's just shelved. And to do my comedic relief, I still want to do little shorts over here. I think, you know what I mean, with the characters, with the actual equipment that I have and the know-how that I have now, so it's not so janky. I go back and look at some of my old videos, man, and that it is cringe. I didn't care about sound. I didn't care about lighting. I didn't care about nothing. I just would get an idea in my head and grab a camera. Most of it, I think, was shot with I think, was the Rebel T6, the Canon Rebel T6. And I didn't care about lighting. I didn't care about color correction, grading. I didn't care about none of that. I just wanted to get a video out. And now it's like, man, I could go back with these characters and really play. But again, man, it's just dedicating the time. Like I gotta find within my schedule to allot this time for me to do this for you guys and for myself. Because I enjoy to do it. It's just a matter of getting it back in my head of, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the time we're going to do it in. Because, man, I really want to bring the T-Rail character some more limelight. I've only did one video with that character. I bought the costume for another character and haven't even got that one out, So there's things I want to do for sure. Doing the paranormal stuff, I really enjoy that a lot, doing the paranormal stuff. So maybe that's something I bring back on maybe like a Friday night or Friday evening. I don't know how that would work because, again, I'm traveling so much, man. So I have to find a day. I got to find a day, dedicate that day and do it. I know the weekends are the best times, but right now it's when I'm filming everything. Like the next couple months, it may slow down. I mean, once the bad weather hits, it will slow down, and then I can fit that in the weekends. I don't know, just ramblings of a madman, I guess. I don't know. I want to bring something. I know that. It's just a matter of bringing it. And especially, man, like, I love kicking this thing going, and I at least get 7 to 10 people coming in and just wanting to chat. And I love that. I love that. I love it. Because again, man, I've abandoned this channel, man, for so long. Like, see, I got such a passion for the paranormal. I think that's kind of what I want to do with this. Is maybe it's just a different supernatural paranormal chat every time I come live, and then start pumping out the Skeeter videos on the side, just doing stupid comedy bits like I used to do. every time I say that, I think of Mitch Hedberg, one of the greatest stand-ups, man, to ever do the damn thing. And I lost way too soon. And he said, I'm going to butcher it because his cadence is unmatchable. Like, he was phenomenal. He said, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to do too. Love that dude stuff. Yeah, we had fun doing those, man. The graveyard ones, yeah, that was a blast. Right, Jules? Yeah, I see. That's what I kind of want to fit in, maybe like a Saturday or something. But again, I'm right now it's just impossible for me to hit Friday or Saturday. I might be able to catch a Sunday night, but Friday and Saturday I'm traveling, I'm filming, um, doing everything that involves. Because when I first got into wanting to create film, right, I was completely ignorant. I didn't even know I wanted to do it until I was thrusted into it. And then once I got thrusted into it and started studying it up, man, it's like a bunch. Pre-production is so long before you even get to turn on the camera. You got so much work to put in before that camera even kicks on. Like, and pre-production is the make or break. You know what I mean? So there's so much I didn't know that went into it, and now that I'm in it, doing all that, it takes up a lot of my times on the weekends. Donna, if you want to do that, we can definitely do that. We can do that privately. You know what I mean? Like if Lisa wants to set up like a private Zoom call and it's just us, we can do that. Sundays at 8. See, I might be able to hit that mark. I might be able to hit that mark because, again, like once we get into October, let's say November, because October's my month, man. I'll be out filming, doing all sorts of crap October. That's when Mikey's going to come out. And I'm thinking about volunteering to work a haunted attraction and try to get some scare jumps for you guys. Bring that over here. Um, So November, I can really lock in a solid time for sure, and that'll give me enough time to actually plan things out and how I want to do it. And yeah, because this is always every year, man. It seems I don't know what it is. Like even before Terraborn was a thing, like this time of the year, like into August, going into September, is when for whatever reason my creative juices want to finally start pumping. Is like around this time. It's like I got some sort of eternal clock. It's like, hey man, you're getting close to Ohio's Eve. It's time for you to do something. And then I'm out doing it. So after all this kind of kicks down, then I'll be able to do it. Oh, you're all right, Wendy. I know how that is, man. Like I'm a walking insomniac. Like I get 2, 3 hours of sleep at night. I definitely know how that is. Loves you too, Miss Wendy. Loves you too. But I mean, I guess that's another thing. Like going through film school has made me focus because I'm the type of person. Film school ain't right for everybody, right? Because be honest, all the know-how's there with the literature, the YouTube videos, everything's there for you to be able to grab, listen, read, and do. But for me, I'm the type of person where you gotta slap me in the face and say, "Hey, no, dumbass, you gotta focus right here because all your attention needs to be right here." Like, if you don't do that to me, I'm bouncing everywhere, man. I'm bouncing everywhere. And that's where poor Tyler's always have to pull the reins back. Like, nah, dude. Like, you don't got to jump off that roof and go through that table. We can make it look that way. Like, you don't really got to. My brain's just nuts like that. But it has forced me to write more, to really look at the small things and try to build. So I can bring that to this channel, I think. And it's looking like maybe I'll bring a little sporadic streams like this to you guys off and on when I can. And then November, finally settle down and start getting more consistent, more reliable. Get that nice consistent ring going back. Jules, our game plan is this. Okay, we got this bigger piece we want to do. Okay, it's a docu series, but the facts are we're not polished enough to give that piece justice yet. So we kind of dumbed it down. There I go, hitting the mic again. We kind of dumbed it down, right? We're going to start off by doing a lighter-hearted piece, um, just having fun. doing paranormal investigations, having fun, lighter hearted, bringing our new angles and our new ideologies and our new techniques into the to this piece still, but lighthearted, not as serious. Because the bigger piece that we want to do, not only is it going to be on here, but we want to pitch that to some of these streaming services because we got the proper equipment that they accept, and we got a pretty good concept, and it's original. You know, it's a new take. It's a breath of fresh air into the paranormal field, and I have all the faith in the world. But we got to build up to it. You know, we got to get out and film and be on set and doing before we can do that bigger piece justice. So we're going to bring you the smaller piece and then the bigger piece. I appreciate that, Donna. Yeah, that's one thing, man. With this, it's been like what, a 2, 3 year journey now. I'm gonna chase this thing until the wheels fall off. It's either, there is no failure, right? It's just we learn, we adapt, we overcome, we keep pushing. There is no taking my foot off the pedal. There is no backpedaling right now, right? It's 100% forward 100% of the time. And that's the kind of way I approach everything I do is I'm not half stepping. Like, I've had a bunch of things that let me know how fickle this industry is, right? Like, I got these ideas. I'm like, cool, yeah, we're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it. Roadblock, roadblock, floor falls out. Open my mouth too soon. And I've had to learn those lessons for sure because you never know. There's so much that can happen between me saying it and it producing. So much that can happen. That's why I want to kind of keep my mouth shut on the things that we're doing and just show. Just do. Speak with the actions, show the product, and do what we do. There's the do again. Man, it's hot back here in this my little studio office, whatever you want to call this little area. And that's another thing. I'm fine getting this thing, getting me a construction dumpster and getting everything cleaned out of here, man. Getting all the clutter out. Doing like a spring cleanup in fall. Getting everything up out of here and turning this whole room into my studio finally. Because right now I just got like a little corner in this room that's like my studio and office and everything I got to do. So finally, in the next couple weeks, getting all this stuff out of here, man. Within this next couple weeks, I'm gonna get a huge shot in my vein for my creativeness and getting things situated how I want them to get them situated. So we're getting there, man. We're getting there. This weekend is another, my youngest son's birthday is Wednesday, so we're doing his thing after his football game Saturday. This weekend's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be another crazy weekend because I got football in Ohio Friday, football over here Saturday, and then back to Ohio to do some film scouting, then come back home to finish up schoolwork and prepare myself for the upcoming week. So, I mean, that's just like a taste of my weekend. It's always ping ponging back and forth. I'm always jumping over there to come over here, to come over there, to come over here. It gets kind of chaotic, but I think it'll be worth it. That's why I got to pin myself down to a time over here. Like, say, okay, I can do all this, but this is my allotted YouTube time. Like, to do my thing on here again. And that's what I was kind of leaning towards before I even started this was just paranormal. And I think that's my comfort zone. Like, doing the paranormal has really became something more, even more passionate and that I want to get across. So I think that's what we're going to do. Most of these streams we'll just do different paranormal chats, whether it be spirits, ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, whatever. Just do live chats, kind of like a live podcast. I'll have a topic and we'll run with it. One way, it's about an hour and a half one way, so it's not horrible. It's not horrible, but I mean, you drive the hour and a half, set up equipment, film, maybe not even film anything that day. You're just getting logistics down. getting your equipment down, getting shot ideas that match your screenplay and your writing ideas. So you drive an hour and a half to just do that, right? I lug all my equipment over here into the truck, drive over, we do what we do. I drive back, unload everything, and it's like, man, I almost need like, I almost need like a little helper or something just to lug my equipment. See, that's another goal we got. You mentioned Haunted Jail. In my hometown, they have that. They have a jail there that got that old, nice creep feel. I think it was built in late 1800s or something. And there's been plenty of murders in there documented that we can actually go through, do the research, prove, flop out. And that's one of our goals for October as well, is to do something like that. Um, that's what I love about this chat too, man. Like, I just want to start shouting out my plans because I get in here like I did the other day. I get in here, we start talking. You guys started talking about graveyards and different things, and that's stuff what we already have written down that we're going to be doing. So I know, there's going to be a connection there, and there's stuff that we've delved into that I promise you can't go on at YouTube and find a video that's going to bring you the information that we're going to bring you on these subjects once we start touching them. Yeah, it does, Jules. It's a grind, but again, I believe in my core it's worth it. Like this weekend I was blessed, Tyler came to me, so I didn't have to do the drive. Um, and blessed and cursed at the same time because COVID is killed. I coach a football team, so it killed that. We wasn't allowed to have our games Saturdays, so and practices. So I went from like being at home, just maybe 2 hours awake. Rest of the time I'm sleeping and just going, um, to just being at home, and it's crazy, man. I'm not that type of person. I got to be doing something. Oof, yeah. See, Donna, that's the type of stuff I want to get into, man. With this new approach, I just love it. I don't want to spill my mouth and start, but it's a brand new approach. There's never been there's never been anybody to look through this lens at the paranormal field at this angle. It's never been done, and that's why I'm so excited because Tyler's, all credit to him, man. Like that was his idea, and I was just spitballing on it, and it's created something that we both believe in wholeheartedly. But again, it's just logistics right now, right? We're working on, okay, which camera looks better for what, right? Because you got to have a static cam. It's a two-man operation. We both want to be in front and behind the camera. We have to. So, what cameras do we need? What cameras fit better? You know, that type of thing. Like I don't know. We got enough equipment to get out a piece, right? Um, Not worried about that. But we want to find our own flavor, find that skeleton to where we can go back to it and deliver it the same way every time. So it cuts down a lot of this pre-production. Well, Jules, the problem is we're doing it from both, right? Like we're going to be doing some here and some there. Um, I could do a little bit of it, but no, I got to be out on location on 100% of these projects to bring you guys into the piece. Okay, like we could do a little bit from remote locations and things like that. That's not a part of the piece, but every time we do a piece, I want to make sure the viewers, you guys, are in it with us. Or what's the point? You know what I mean? I think a lot of these shows get caught up in like they overreact to things or they underreact to things. They ignore things they should be exploring and explore things they should be ignoring. And they don't really suck you in to the piece. And that's kind of our our goal is to make sure everybody that views the piece kind of get caught up. It hooks you. You're in it. You're feeling it. And so yeah, I gotta go. I gotta be on location. I got to go out and get used to. I mean, this is all we've had this brewing for a while now. Like we've been studying longer than I would like to admit. You know what I mean? But I think that's gonna ring true though once we get on set and start doing the things that we have in our mind to do. it's going to show that we did all this studying and all this prep work and put the time in behind the scenes, and it's going to spill over. But again, the piece that we're going to be launching out for this October is just a small little fun test run. It's still going to be entertaining. It's still going to be a piece that can stand by itself, but it's not going to be our money shot that we're betting on, right? It's just getting us used to the rotation, getting us used to, okay, this camera angle looks good. We need this camera for a static cam. We need this cam for a go cam. The drone shots look great here. Like different things like that. That's what we're going through right now, and it's insane to go through all that. But once you actually get out there and do, that's the fun part, right? You get out there and start filming, and you get into production and post. That's the fun part, right? It's that pre-production, marketing, distribution at the end. That's the two gotcha moments. Like you got to grind to get through those in the beginning, grind to get through those in the end, and then you have fun in the middle. It's almost like a screenplay within itself. You got three acts, a 3-act structure there, with pre-production, production, and post-production. It all got its own little interlining rules. Ooh, I like that name, The Dead Files. See, that's our thing too. Like coming into the paranormal field, I don't want it to be. I love all the paranormal shows, and hats off to all those guys that keep paranormal research and all that to the forefront. Absolutely love all the shows and everything, but to me, it's become kind of cookie cutter in a way, to where they do interviews, investigations, wrap up, interview, investigations, wrap up, interview, investigations, wrap up, and it's a good formula. Dang, I got money falling on me. I didn't even know I had. But it's a good formula. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not hating on the formula at all. That's a phenomenal. It works. But we want to bring something fresh, man. It's not cookie cutter. It's not whatever. It's because to me it goes through stages, right? Ed and Lorraine Warren, they started this thing. They had more of the demonologist religious approach to the paranormal world. They kind of brought it to the forefront. All right. And then the Taps crew picked it up back when, reality TV was a thing, and kind of picked the baton up from there and took it and ran with it a little bit. And then Ghost Adventures kind of grabbed it and did what they do. And now we got Ghost Nations, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, like Ghost Nation. You got all these different Destination Fear. You got all these different shows that are kind of, they're doing a fantastic job. I love all the shows. I'm not trying to crap on them or nothing like that. Man, they're phenomenal. But we want to come in and be able to grab it and kind of take it forward again. Instead of like keeping it right here, we want to pull it up a little bit, man. Because Hellier, if you guys ain't watched that show yet, you can watch the first season on YouTube, Hellier. It's phenomenal. But we want to grab it, kind of bring it up a little bit. I'll definitely check it out. I think I have watched The Dead Files. If it's like is it some sort of detective, old retired detective or something that's doing paranormal stuff now or something like that? If that's the case, I have watched that. Skeeter want to take you. Oh, gamer. Man. First, first things first. I need a new office chair back here, man. This thing, it gets the job done, but by God, you sit here for an hour. It's like, man, I need to go get another workout and get some stretches done because I done kinked my back up sitting on this dang thing. Hey, cutie pie, welcome. So hopefully all this grind, man, it'll pay off. It'll pay off. I'm just excited to see the final product. Cutie pie. Everybody does that, man. First glance, it does look like Skeeter Jenkins. You're all right. It always, yeah, that's common. You're okay. Even people that's known me for years now still sleep up and call me Skeeter Jenkins. So, and that's something too, man. I love to do. I don't know if we'll have time to fit it in. Uh, It'll be hard pressed to try to fit in, but this is the time of the year where I usually bust out the bandana and hit the woods with old Skater, and then we go hunting. Um, don't know if I'll be able to do any of that this year, but yeah, it's the year. It's time of the year for it. The leaves start falling. It's time to get out there and start a sand, go on and run. But definitely the goal is to bring something consistent back to this channel for you guys. Instead of like randomly going live, we'll be live again tomorrow. Like I said, I'll probably go live again around 2:33. Hopefully, like my schedule's still, I got to be daddy teacher for the morning hours into the afternoon, right? And then right now is a little break time, right? So I'm like, okay, you guys get a break, go hit up the PlayStation, get on your iPad. You get like about an hour, hour and a half worth of screen time, and then we intervene again. So, hey, I appreciate it, Cutie Pie. Thank you. Yes, yes, Jules. Yep, I've watched it. If it's on Discovery Plus and it's paranormal, I've watched most of it. Hey, Broken Angel. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that hitting a floating around. Yeah, yeah. See, I kind of like how they switched it up a little bit. Um, Again, there's so many of those shows, man. I want to hopefully do it justice and bring a fresh lens to that field. You know what I mean? Like take things, because the Estes method, everybody knows that now, and that came from Hellier. So that's their little pebble in the pond. You know what I mean? It created that ripple, and people now use that because they find it to be effective. Okay, um, that's kind of the way we're coming into this thing and want to do stuff. You stay. That's the safest spot sometimes is in the bushes. That's the safest spot to be hanging out, man. It's in the bushes sometimes. I've been in the bushes for some years, not really going live on here doing too much. You guys see a little video every once in a while pops up, but this is finally going to be you guys will start seeing the reason why I've been so quiet for so long and what's coming. Finally, I can definitely say that with confidence that finally going to see something coming out of that. Like I wasn't just laying around. It was put to work. It just took a long time for it to come. Man, I need to throw me an AC in here somewhere somehow. Right, Jules. Yeah, to kind of give us our little Estes method moment. But also, it might be a little arrogant to think, but I think we can bring something new to the paranormal world that other people could use. Um, and that's really what I'm interested in seeing. Like when we bust out some of the things that we're going to do, I'm kind of interested to see if that does have an effect on the paranormal world. To see other people kind of picking up some of the methods that we do because it's unorthodox. It's to me and Tyler both. To Tyler and I, we both think very similar, and we want to question everything, right? Because nobody has any solid answers on none of this. So we want to question everything. Like you see a ton of people that got trimeters, EMFs, and EDIs, and trying to pick up EVPs and full body apparitions, and got your IR lenses out, and night vision and doing your thing, and spirit boxes. But why? Why do these things really do anything? Why aren't we testing our psyche? That's a part of the paranormal world. Like, we want to test every fabric of the paranormal world to try to get some sort of solution. I know 100% of these questions are like impossible to answer, but we want to try to further that and get closer to an answer, if that makes sense. Instead of just jumping in and doing these things for the sake of doing them, we want to explain and go through why, how, and does it even work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of in a nutshell what we want to bring. Yeah, Jules, that's our main goal is be thought provoking. Put people in the piece. If we are in an abandoned haunted jail, if we are in a graveyard, if we're in an old wooded area that's known to have Sasquatches or whatever we might be doing, bring these techniques and this ideology to that and get everybody thinking and everybody's input and kind of bring a much more broader stroke that's more focused on answers and to be more inclusive to where our viewing audience does have an impact on what we do. Not just throw a piece out. Now, the artistic side is, we have to be artistically pleased by what we put out. That's just a thing. But I think where some programs and some of these, especially these bigger production companies, they lose track of being thought provoking, being inclusive, doing these things to help not only grow your piece and get more eyes on your product, but also, if you really care about the paranormal, get more people thinking about different ways and answers and having fun. I think if you can portray that over on film, you got something. So that's what we're trying to do. Now again, over here, it might just be a lot of me blabbering on, but what I want to do is bring some of those sit down methods and do them live over here. Like, we can talk about different paranormal happenings, right? We can talk about our own personal experiences. We can do a live spirit box session. We can do tarot cards. We can do a lot of those things live. And there's a lot of channels that already do that. So I'm trying to come up with my own different flavor of presenting that as well for you guys. You never know where Squatch is at, gamer man. He's always there. He's always there. That's what I'm gonna love. What I like to do. I mean, we're getting into September now. Every September, I hope they're doing it this year. But the Mothman festival. I want to get down into the Mothman festival. Maybe do a live down there from the festival with you guys. Just bring a little bit of equipment. I mean, I got all my little attachments and things where I could just go live from my iPad. Just set up a little spot there on the square or something and just go live, maybe. We'll see. Because I do have some connections down there that I think that's definitely a spot, man. I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a little hint there. Point Pleasant, West Virginia is definitely a spot we will be hitting probably multiple times to kind of get the full answer of what in the hell is going on down there. So the Mothman projects kind of morphed itself into what we're doing. I don't know. It's a lot of the things that we've been wanting to do over the years. We're going to get to do with this bigger picture. I don't even want to throw the name of it out yet. How long have we been going? About an hour. But that's our goal with that, man. And what's really weird, right? Like, I haven't had that many paranormal experiences in my life that I found kind of odd until we started picking back up on this. And, again, I'm going to question my brain because my weekends are insane. I'm on the road, I'm setting up, we're filming, we're doing scout locations, we're doing all this different things. I'm driving back and forth, it's 2 in the morning sometimes before I get back home on the weekends. If I even come back home that night, it might just work all night, get a couple hours sleep, work the next day, then come over. But whatever it might be. Okay, I was driving back. And right now, where I'm at, the cornfields are about 8 foot tall, right? And I take all the back roads home. I stay away from the interstate. I want the back roads. It's kind of relaxing, my time to kind of kick my heels up and just decompress, empty my brain out, pump some music in there. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time, my radio is not even on. I'm just riding in silence. I just want that decompressing moment. So this happened maybe, I don't know, we recorded a podcast, and I was driving back from that. And I had nothing on my brain, and going down this country road, and it's dark, and it's a freaking beautiful night. There's not a cloud in the sky, but it's dark, so the moonlight's the only thing I'm getting, with cornfields on both sides. So I'm already getting like Children of the Corn, Stephen King vibes, right? But I'm driving down this road, and I come up to my turn. I make my turn. When I make my turn, my headlights brush on this guy. It's like 1 in the morning, man, or 11 at night, 1 in the morning. It's around that time period, 11 to 1. I turn down the road. This guy's walking from one cornfield across the road to another cornfield. And I'm like, did I just see what I said? I mean, there's no houses for miles. I mean, it was just farm fields. So this dude is either just out in the middle of the night walking cornfields, or I seen something. So I kind of kept that underneath my hat. I was like, man, it was a weird experience. Told my wife about it, told Tyler about it, whatever. So then I got my wife on speaker. I'm heading back to Ohio, and this is broad daylight. About the same spot that I had seen this guy the weekend before, my wife's like, you got the radio on. And the way my car's set up is, I have the phone on speaker. It comes to the, the speakers in the car. So there's no way to have the radio on while I'm doing it. I'm like, no, I got you on speaker. There's no way I could be doing that. She's like, well, I just heard like a woman and a man talking. And it was right at the same area that I seen this random dude walking in the middle of the night. So I'm thinking, okay, there might be something there. That's the second hit. The second hit in the same spot. So fast forward, it's probably been close to a month ago now, because fast forward to the next weekend, going back to Ohio. I'm talking to my aunt on speaker. And she goes, right in the middle of conversation. I'm not even really thinking about where I'm at. We're driving, we're having our conversation, and she hears like a demonic voice or something, starts going crazy on the other end of the phone. She's like, you didn't hear that? What'd you say? That wasn't you? I'm like, no, I'm driving talking to you. But it was the third hit in the same spot on my way over. So it's either my deprived brain is really picking up some crazy crap, or there's something with that area. So I don't know how I'd even go about finding who owns that land, or figuring out anything that's on that random uh, state road. But yeah. So as we're filming and getting into all this paranormal stuff, I don't know if it kind of like spikes your senses and like kind of reactivates, and you're real like um, acceptable to these things. Like I don't know. That's another fabric we want to test, I guess, is having your brain, you being open to these possibilities. Is that something that brings more to it? Um, but I've had a few incidents like that. Like another one was in the library doing some research on different projects, and just kind of getting our feel of the lay of the land and things. So we're in the library. We're back by their little 16 mil room, where you take the little 16 mil film and you roll through the old newspaper clips. We're back there, and everything back there was like local, right? And Tyler, that was Friday the 13th, August 13th, was in there, and like he freezes for a second. I look up there, he's like, man, this is kind of weird. I'm like, what? Because Tyler, he don't really oversell anything. You know what I mean? It got to be on point for Tyler to like even acknowledge it. And that's what I love about working with it. If he acknowledges something, there's something there for sure. And I can freak out and be myself. But he was reading an article on August the 13th that was written on August the 13th about something that happened at a different time on August the 13th. It was like a weird Inception, Twilight Zone moment for me. Tyler kind of just undersells it a little bit. It's like, man, that's kind of weird. I'm like, dude, what are the odds? You picked this article up on August the 13th that was written on August the 13th about another time on August the 13th. It was a weird connection there. It's like, what's the odds you picked that up on the exact date that this article was written about, like several years before, on the same date? It was weird. Oh, man. Alrighty, gang. It's been about an hour for me on here just spilling and talking. Definitely gonna leave us up. If you got any ideas on what you would like to see me bring, if that's the paranormal, you want the paranormal, put it in the chat. I'm gonna be coming back looking at the chat, and it's definitely gonna influence what I do down the road. So if you want me to start being more consistent and regular and doing different things, throw your ideas down in the comments below this thing. There's a link up above if you like to support the channel. There's links. I don't know how StreamYards does it, but the links are wherever. I'll put them up. If you want to, you don't got to. But definitely leave a comment below on what you'd like to see me do moving forward and bring it to you guys on a more consistent basis. And we're going to get to work and start doing that. I appreciate each and every one of you, man, for swooping in here. Still talking. Ghost with a 12 gauge, man, that could be kind of touchy for you too. All right, I should get a notification. I'm subscribed to you, man. If you go live, I'll pop my head in there and chat with you for a bit. But yeah, leave your comments below on what you'd like to see this Goofy Tale bring you over here while we're doing our thing over at the Terror Barn side of the world. And we're going to get on to it and get it going. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Much love from me to you. I appreciate every one of you. Every time I turn that camera on, you guys come in here to talk to this goofy ass. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. And we're going to get some things more consistent over here on the Skeeter Jerkins world for you guys in this channel that I kind of killed off. Now I'm going to try to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and bring it back for you guys and see what we can do over here. I don't know. I'm just a rambling madman, right? I just kick a microphone on the camera and start talking. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. We got to fix that a little bit and get a little uniformed over here. That's what we're trying to do today, right? But like always, man, much love from me to you. And this has been me talking to you. And I'll see y'all down the road. Thanks.